Whatever. I went down to the beach and saw Kiki. She was all like, and I'm like, whatever. Whatever. Then this chick comes up to me and she's all like, hey, aren't you that dude? I'm like, yeah, whatever. So later, I'm at the pool hall and this girl comes up and she's all like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Never heard that.
It's a thing. You
I know.
Okay. Are we going?
We're rolling.
Oh. Good evening once again, Gulf Coast. I've asked to have a little bit of time on here, so you know, everybody knows that I like to speak my mind.
Yes,
you know,
do.
and I've been called down about it, so I asked if I could, you know, come on here and just kind of speak my mind for about 10 minutes, and it's an open forum. If I say something and there's somebody here that actually gets offended, you know, then they can actually, you know, just say whatever they want to right back at me. All right.
We'll put the warning up before.
But there's things that I want to address because people out there get so offended when I talk, when I say something. And you know what the reason is that basically with us, we are trying to do something different. We're not trying to change the wheel. We're just trying to make it more professional, okay? Right. We're trying to make it better. And that offends some people because they have been putting out crap for so long. And you know, that's what the fans have gotten used to is crap. And the moment we come along and you know what, the only reason we're even doing this is that basically, you know, okay, listen, it's no joke. I'm old school, okay? You know, I've actually been around. And I'm also a big wrestling fan. Loved wrestling ever since I was a kid. When I was in high school, which I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was, but when I was in high school, you know, I actually said that I am going to be a actual pro wrestler, and yet that was in the yearbook. Okay, right. So that's what I've always wanted to be, and it's just shameful what's happening to this business now. Now, back several shows back, there was an issue that I had with another wrestler. Okay, and I'm not gonna name any names because you know that's your throwing stones. Already made out the challenge. It was never accepted. They can say whatever they want, you know, but I'm going to give that the attention that it deserves right here. So this is exactly what I think about all of that. Okay, now that that's over with, okay, that's, you know what, that's an awkward pause, okay? That's basically, you know what, if you care enough to send the very best, you know what I'm saying?
Awkward.
All right, what I want to do is this. I want to talk about what's happening in the indie wrestling right now. You go to a show and you see a kid. Now look, everybody needs a break. Everybody needs a chance, and that's fine. There are indie shows out there that are at the bottom of the barrel, and that's where these kids get their start. But if you're a kid who wants to be an actual pro wrestler, let me tell you this. When I first got into business, when I first wanted to, okay, I was 16 years old, and I walked into, oh, what was the name of that place? It was actually, it was on Border Street.
Right.
And I go walking in, and I was 160 pounds. I was a kid. And I go walking in, and I said, I would like to be a wrestler. And the janitor told me, go home, kid. You're too small. Okay. Now, if more people in this business would have enough guts to actually tell these kids who have no body, who have no self-respect, right, who have no respect for the fans, and, you know, who don't even have enough respect to actually buy tights and boots, all right? You know,
well, the trainers just want to get that $25 a week.
Yeah, I mean, and yet, you know, that's horrible because that's an injustice to that kid, and yet that's an injustice to the fans.
Yes.
Right? Get yourself in the gym, get bulked up, and then get trained because it is shameful to, as a fan, if I'm watching and I see a kid out there that's actually smaller than my son,
right,
that is an embarrassment to me, and it's an insult.
Yes.
It's an insult. And look, guys, listen, you know what, you might have talent, But there's only one Rey Mysterio out there, and yet even he bulked up.
Yeah.
Okay? You've got to hit the gym, and you've got to be proud of what you do. You might be a great talent. You might be a good, hard-working, technical wrestler, but if you don't have any ring psychology, and if you don't have a body, you will always be an actual $10 wrestler.
And the thing is, I've seen a lot of undertrained wrestlers come and go, and God forbid they hurt themselves or somebody else in the ring, and that's you know, that's hurting the business as well.
Oh, absolutely. Because see, you know what, these guys, you know what, I've wrestled guys who it's all about them, and I know, you know, everybody said, oh, you know, Bob's ego is just so big, and it's all about Bob. Listen, I have done more stuff for the fans than I think anybody has ever even imagined, and that's what it's for. It's not about me. Hey, listen, I know that I'm good, but it's all about the fans. All right, and if a kid gets in that ring and he hurts somebody else because he's too dumb to know what's going on, all right? Listen, you know what? There's a bond. You know what? There's a bond between wrestlers that you know what? Nothing can break, because these guys put their lives in each other's hands.
Right.
Okay, that's the key. They actually put their lives in. You know, and if you get in there with some backyarder, and that's the downfall of this business, is that backyarders who actually train in their own backyard without anybody teaching them, they actually watch TV and they think that they can do what you say, and then they actually go to a show and they say, listen, I'll work for free, just give me a chance. That's what's killed this business. Absolutely. And so many backyarders out there, and yet you know who you are, all right? You are a embarrassment to the business. You are killing this business. And if you love the business like you say you do, listen, get mad at me all day long, but get trained. Get in the gym, bulk up. You know, everybody talks about Jeff Hardy. Well, the Hardys were backyarders. Hey, listen, 1 in a million, okay?
Right.
You know, but yet, you know what? You know what? Take a look at them now.
Yeah.
You know, basically strung out on like every drug in the world, in and out of jail. Still great wrestlers. But, you know, a 1 in a million.
Well, recently on the Wrestling 911 board, I wrote a small little article, and there was some discussion going around about what's hurting the business. And one of the things I pointed out is there are a lot of these guys who can't get over, who can't get booked. They point the finger at the fans and say, well, fans are just stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, no, you know, God forbid you listen to the fans. Fans are what make and break a wrestling promotion. If the fans don't like what you're serving up, then don't blame the fans.
Absolutely. You know,
you need to look at yourself, or look at the who's booking or who's promoting. Quit diverting the blame.
No, you know what, the fans know what they want. Right. And it's up, and you know, all right, and it's up to the promoter to know what the fans want, and they have to have interaction with the fans. When the promoter thinks that they're above the fans, then you know what, that is a instant downward spiral right there. Yes. And look, one man cannot make a show. You can't have one good guy on the show with 15 backyarders. It doesn't work, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to put something different out there. And listen, you know what? There's a chance, but that it might not work. Why? Because so many other rinky-dink promoters have just killed the actual Gulf Coast. Right. You know, listen, when I ran all of that stuff in the past, and I'm not living in the past, trust me, but we did things different every show, didn't we?
Unprecedented. I mean, up until that point, no independent promotion had done what you guys had done.
And actually, why did we do it? Because we gave the fans what they wanted. We had fan interaction.
Well, you cared enough about the business. You cared enough about the fans. You cared enough about the boys. I mean,
you know, and then everything gelled. Everything gelled. Listen, I'm going to come back real quick, and I'm going to just rant a little bit more. But listen, if you get mad at me, hey, that's fine. You know what? I've made a living off of people hating my guts. I don't care, okay? I'm going to speak my mind because I love this business. And if you're a 160, 170-pound runt who wears sneakers and shorts, look, let me tell you, get your tail out of this business. You are not a wrestler. You never will be a wrestler. If you want to be a wrestler, you'll get your butt in the gym and you'll sacrifice a little bit.
If you're offended by that, come by the Planet Wrestling School and prove him wrong.
Yeah, prove me wrong. I have put that out there for many years. You know, listen, I don't care.
You're right.
I love this business. I'm a fan.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back.
'Cause this is my United States of whatever. And this is my United States of whatever. And this is my United States of whatever. And then it's 3 a.m. I'm on the corner wearing my leather. This dude comes up and he's like, hey punk. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Then I'm throwing dice in the alley. Officer Leroy comes up and he's like, hey, I thought I told you. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then up comes Zaffo. I'm like, yo, Zaffo, what's up? He's like, Dud. I'm like, that's cool. Cause this is my United States of whatever.